And welcome.
Yes.
Well, glad to see you here. Okay, so we have an agenda in front of us. It's a full agenda, so we'll just get started. First on item is the annual report. And Sharon, are you ready or do you want me to skip to the next?
Have you looked it over? Do you have any questions? I have extra copies if you guys need them. If you don't have any questions.
I have no question.
I have no questions.
I kind of struggled with, whose name to put on it. I made some phone calls. There was nothing I could do about the certification page. It automatically prints Dan's name.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm gonna just write my name in. Because, Leon isn't the trustee for the 2025.
Right.
Correct.
And that's why I struggled, we transitioned to Leon's name and everything else, but this, I'm gonna sign it if you're okay with that.
Can you say something like by share, Dan Combs written by or something like
Sharon
that?
Yoder for Dan Combs.
Yeah. Can you
Yes,
do that?
perfect.
And that's
Yes.
kind of what I've done in the
Okay,
past
yeah.
when like he's been out of town and
Right.
as the deputy, I have full signing rights.
Right.
For this is the way I kind of looked at it and I studied it and everything. So going forward, that's what I figured we would do for this. And then everything else I've transitioned and, talked to Leon about.
And something else popped in my mind, which is the bank. And should Leon get his name on the bank? Or-
Yes, most definitely. Yeah.
So you haven't done that yet, Leon?
No, we have a list of things.
We have a whole list of, we have a whole list of things. I mean,
Okay.
there's so, I think that's because I'm afraid I'll forget things. And so Brandon, we talk about it and
Right.
write it down.
You're not gonna forget it. It's gonna be okay.
I keep saying that, don't I? We keep telling ourselves that. And Leon has been, he's like, the same thing. We're gonna remember everything.
Yeah,
But you've known me a lot.
I do. You're obsessed.
So I don't want us to mess up.
You're not gonna mess up.
So thank you, Bobby.
So the bank is very nice, Leon. When you go down to the bank, it'll be easy. It'll be
Yes.
easy. Okay, so.
So if you
and-
have questions, we can go through questions. If you don't have any questions, you just have to accept it or not accept it. I think that it looks pretty good. I didn't see anything in it.
I saw nothing. Thank you, by the way, for forward.
You're
Yeah,
welcome. I'm still sending you both, but the one that I think is easy to read, which is the Tom's Web. And then when I get the gateway done, I'll send that.
Yeah.
But if you're ready, you can make a motion on it. Do you have a question on it?
Question. Down here it has, a 5.8.
Now, are you on the township form?
Oh,
So we're
I
gonna,
am on
yeah,
the,
we'll talk about, Brandon's gonna talk to you about that.
That's
Next.
That's the next part of the.
That's the
is this
second,
what I want?
but if we could do the annual report first, we're gonna
Well,
do that
where's it at?
second,
okay.
if that's okay.
I'm looking.
Or do you wanna?
That's the one that, I think we're ready for.
Yeah, so I'll move that we accept the annual report and
Okay.
thank you, Sharon.
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Yes,
So
thank
you know what color
Second
you
that.
each are,
Is
correct?
there, wait, we got a second. Is there a
I
second?
second, yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Susie, are
Aye.
you- thank you.
Well, I had to look at it first.
Well, this is the annual report we're doing, then we're gonna do your numbers next, so don't put those away.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay, so
We're ready to.
we're
sign
ready
this.
to sign. We'll move on that. And Brandon, you're gonna talk to us about the TA seven
Yeah,
report.
in the annual report, this is the last few pages of the packet. I think it starts on page 33, the packet that Sharon sent you. It's a statistical report breaking down what we paid out in assistance, how many people we assisted, what kind of assistance they received, and then in-kind value for those categories. Susan, you had a question on that report? This one here?
Yeah,
What was your question?
okay. My question was,
Mm-hmm.
we had, 5.8,
Mm-hmm.
number receiving utilities.
Yeah.
Recipients.
Yeah.
And then below that, households, are those recipients in that household?
Yes, exactly.
So there may be like 4 people in that household that come up with that.
Mhm.
Okay, and just a minute here. Down to 4,
Yeah,
I commend the staff.
that's a big one.
The
Yeah,
money they saved this county or this township, just is fabulous. They're great, I'll tell you. They have been in the past. And I know Dan said they'll come up with a figure, and you all have. But if you would pass that on from us to them, how much the board
appreciates that.
appreciates
Great
them
idea.
saving the township this much money.
Yeah,
This is a lot of taxes.
yeah. I also gave you a breakdown in your packet.
Yes.
Of the big numbers that we usually talk about. I just want to highlight that.
Hmm.
Thank
you.
We are spending more in utilities and housing, and burials goes up every year. Food is less, but we're getting more visitors to our food pantry. We're getting more visitors, but we're not putting out as much.
To the food pantry or what? Okay.
Food pantry.
Is that
Yes,
because we
I
don't have to
understand.
pay Hoosier Hills anymore?
No, well,
Because
I don't
remember
know.
that changed.
We're just not getting as much from them.
But
to-
we're also
to be
not
done.
paying
We're
that.
also not paying.
So Hoosier Hills Food Bank had a policy change and they used to bill us, remember, per pound?
Yes.
And now, I don't know what happened. Now they don't charge us. There was a change, and so now she goes shopping twice a week, we don't pay anything.
Oh,
So
excellent.
that would have been some effect on that, wouldn't it?
Probably. With the amount of product
even if
that we're receiving.
Yeah, even if the product, what we're getting went down, we're not paying anything, and we used to pay.
Interest.
And that just happened in 2025.
Yeah.
And that saves how much? That's okay. You don't know yet.
I mean, I can look that up, how much we spent in previous years.
Yes.
How much we paid Hoosier Hills Food Bank. I mean, we have the
That's great.
records on
That's
that.
great.
So we'll look that up.
And maybe you can just email it.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you think that that will continue for 2026 or we don't know?
As far as we know, it's
It's,
continuing.
yeah, it's like indefinite, but I mean, but that was kind of a big deal.
That is a big deal.
And then why is healthcare less?
Healthcare, so in 2024, we only had one, and that was the $852 that you see.
Mhm.
In 2025, we had 0. And that was it was a one dental assistant, so HIP Plus
Right,
takes care of dental. We used to have a bunch of dental and prescription requests.
Yeah, we did.
And now we don't see that.
so will this year change because all the federal Medicaid guidelines have changed? Okay, but that's where this would be recorded then.
That'll be there.
Brandon, I know you've told us before, but what is the average burial rate now?
We pay $1,500 per cremation.
15 per cremation?
Yeah,
And that's for cremation, you said.
cremation. We don't do burials typically,
Uh-huh.
because they need a place to put the body.
Right,
Now what the in-kind value from each funeral home, that can fluctuate, but what we pay is $1,500. They work with us on that remaining balance.
do they all participate in that or just certain?
Certain funeral homes, not all. of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
Because not all
Glad
of them
you
have
brought-
crematoriums,
Right.
correct?
yeah.
glad you brought that up, Jack. So how much, I know if the deceased has family, they can apply for $225 or something. Something like that. I don't know if that's for everybody or
Are you
not.
talking about social security, their social security benefit?
But
Are you
honey,
talking about the social security benefit?
or something like that.
Isn't-
I'm not
isn't
sure.
that the amount
but
to
if-
pay out for social
If
If
security?
the
The death benefit.
if the family can do that. I'm sorry, but I think they should pay part of their part.
I think the funeral home does that.
I know that may seem
I'm not sure
frugal.
if the funeral home, but it can take a long time to get the social security process to go through. So in that amount of time, there might
What
be
does it?
issues with the
Yeah.
body.
Well, I don't know, I'm just, I see that on ads on, the government only pays $225 for funerals, and I think, well,
That's the death benefit that you're
yeah,
talking about.
so,
And I think
well,
that,
anyway, if you come across it somewhere, why not save the township $250 or 25 somewhere?
Yeah.
Used to be 250.
Any other questions on the TA
I
side?
have one quick question here, on 23A.
Yeah.
Why is it that there was $25,000 less than 24, do you think?
I think that's a hit from 23.
Individuals assisted through other agencies?
Question.
Huh. So that would be like where I mentioned how the staff is saving the township money.
That would either be a hit from Hoosier Hills or Community Kitchen.
Oh,
Probably a
okay.
combination of those two.
All right,
It has to be a food pantry individual amount. I'd have to look at my 2024 packet. Yeah.
Wouldn't you, Jack, wouldn't
did
you
we
think,
lose an agency?
since all agencies are very strapping for money themselves, they just don't have as much to
I think
donate?
so.
It has to be.
I think so.
That's the only agency we lost.
That I can.
I have no more questions.
Okay, thank you very much,
No problem.
Brandon. Those are interesting numbers. Okay, the third item on the agenda is rainy day fund resolution.
Mhm.
And who wants to explain that to us?
Now me.
Think you had to make some adjustments for.
So we used to do a lot more money, 75,000, 50,000, because of all the other cuts. But one of the things that Dan always taught me was we want to put money in for rainy day. I'm doing 15,000. And if you are okay with 15,000, because we shouldn't skip a year putting money in, I picked 15,000.
I have a question.
Sure.
So the state, I thought, wanted us to not have a rainy day fund.
I haven't seen clarification of that. I think what they want is for us to say how we're gonna use our money, which we did with our CIP, our capital improvement plan.
Right.
So we can do a rainy day fund transfer anytime, yes. So we can hold off on doing this. We've always just done it at the annual report. I'm okay with us waiting and, I mean, because we still have to talk about, what do I say, additional appropriations. So if we may not want to do rainy day fund, we may want to just take all that money and do the additional appropriation. So if you want, we can hold off and see what happens. I'm okay with that. I think,
Yeah, I don't know. This is just pulling from my memory, Dan, being upset because obviously a rainy day fund is a good thing to have, I think. And then the state was getting weird about us having a lot of money.
that's the issue, is that they don't want townships, they think that townships have a bunch of money when
Sitting on them.
sitting on it, when they're really
Right.
saving to save taxpayers money, they're
Right.
gonna buy a fire truck. I mean,
Right.
there's, that it's used for certain things.
I don't see any purpose in not having it in there and putting it in later if we need it. $15,000, I think, is a reasonable amount, put in there now.
Okay. How much is in there now?
Things I should have made. That's a lot.
Last year, like 75.
Yeah, we put 75
I
in.
think so.
Yeah, but she's wanting to know like the full amount. I'm thinking it's like 400.
That was 3 something.
Okay,
416,000
Currently,
currently. But we have a lot of projects that are gonna have to be, that's 416,000.
okay. And we use the rainy day fund for emergencies.
Or
special
big
projects.
special projects, like if we were gonna buy a township vehicle, I would use the rainy day fund. When we fix the roof, I would use the
Yeah.
rainy day fund.
Improvements.
more like capital
So when
improvements.
we're talking about wheelchair ramps, rainy
Correct.
day.
Fixing those ovens.
Yeah,
with the-
so big projects, that's what we would use a rainy day fund for.
Okay,
Now, remember, we can only spend what we appropriated, and in the budget, we probably only appropriated 75,000.
Yes.
I can't remember. So we can only spend what we budgeted. We can't spend 416,000. We can only spend what we budgeted for 2026.
what if there's an emergency?
Then we would do an additional appropriation and you would give us. You would
Okay,
give Perry,
okay.
the board would give Perry Township the
Permission to-
approval to spend the additional money. It's been a long time since we've had to do something like that.
Right. It just makes me nervous because Dan was so upset about the state coming for our money, but it looks like maybe now they want to merge townships, not to get rid of
Yes,
townships.
That's what they're going for. We've all been,
That's today, who knows tomorrow?
Well,
they keep coming up with new bills. I mean, we've all been trying to listen to it and follow it, and thankfully, you know, what we could do if. Is send you all the links, because I bet they don't get those links for the township talks that talk about the
Legislative updates.
legislative update. That's what the meeting's called, isn't it? Legislative updates.
Yes,
and so
And-
Leon's been listening to these,
Uh-huh.
right? Okay, as long as you guys are up to speed on it.
Well, I mean, that was one thing that we really relied on Dan for.
Right,
Brandon and I did. I mean, we really, I mean, because he was honest. He listened, he knew, he read. And so now we're both, and Leon started listening. But if we can send you guys the emails that have the links. It's not gonna hurt all, it's complicated, I think.
yeah, I think if you guys can do that.
Yeah. Was it-
Barbara, I'm glad you brought that up because when I was reading all that, you know, in the news, blah, 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 putting townships together, the only place, of course, I was in St. Monroe County, the only thing I would think would be Salt Creek and Polk.
Mhm.
They might save money.
Mhm.
And if they can save money, that can go to recipients, but. I don't know about other counties, how small they are, how big they are.
Right,
And I don't, right now, I don't think the state, I don't think they really know what they're doing yet. I don't know if they've looked at every county to see how many people's in it, how many townships there are, blah, blah. I hope they have.
I think they're
Or I
just looking
just,
at the
they're
dollars.
just coming up with, yeah, they're
At the
just
bottom.
worried
Looking
about
at money,
dollars.
Susie,
If they can get
it's all
dollars
about
back,
money.
yes,
It's
that's
all
all
about
it is.
money.
well, this isn't the first time this has come up, this comes up every few
Every-
years.
Yes,
Well, you know, it started years ago with the Chamber of Commerce. Remember when they did that study, and that's when they originally started, the Chamber of Commerce went after the townships. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah. Okay, well, this 15,000 then, it seems like if that's what you guys think is a good idea, I'm fine with it. I'm glad you guys are paying attention to this.
I have a meeting next
Yes.
Thursday with the Monroe County Township Collective.
Oh,
And the Frog's been really, before I even,
Right.
said we're in her phone, she's really ingrained in that, watching it. So I think if the goal is consolidation, having those discussions with everyone, as a town, as a county of collective
Right.
townships. So definitely gonna be in that pool, and following it closely.
Yeah.
All right,
I think 15,000, reasonable.
okay, all right. Do you need a motion for that?
I do, because
Okay.
the resolution.
So, I approve and move that we let Sharon put 15,000 into our rainy day fund.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Thank you.
good reports here. I can understand this.
Okay,
So that's be good.
so we're moving on to number 4, which is the encumbrance
Uh-huh.
resolution. Sharon, is that you also?
Yeah, I mean, I went through this with Leon, but if he doesn't hear, I'll explain it. So we're, the encumbrance is where we bring money from last year over to this year.
Uh-huh.
We have to have the estimates from the previous year. It helps us save money for this year. So we have quite a few. PC Max. We're getting a new phone system, which, we've talked about that for years. It's
Right.
finally gonna happen. What was Diamond Glass Works?
Doors at Friend's Place.
Doors at Friend's Place, extremely expensive. And then a railing at Area 10 Agency on Aging.
That's the apartment.
Mhm.
Correct. There were two PC Maxes.
PC Max was the phone.
Oh, phones and the labor for the phones, okay. And so that totaled 12,887.36. So I'm just asking for the board to make a motion to approve our encumbrance from 2025 to 2026.
All right, I so move. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for that.
When will that, work start, do you know?
Do you know?
Phones.
I'm thinking about the ramps.
Oh, I haven't got a date yet. I wanted to talk to you guys first.
Okay.
The ramps or the railing?
The ramps. And the bike rack.
Oh, yeah, you've been working on that a long time.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to put water in that aquarium.
He did.
Is it just Kilmer that's in there?
Yeah, Dahmer.
Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Are Dan's fish still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, did you want to talk to us about ramps?
Oh, that's later.
Okay, later, okay. The next item up then is disposition of checks.
So this is something that the trustee presents. It's, so it has Leon's name on it because we're in 2026. If you know, we have to get rid of checks that are on the books that are over 2 years old. That won't allow us to do it unless it's 2 years old. This isn't something that the board had to take action on or anything. It's just the trustee presents it. We have 3 checks that we're gonna disposition. I guess for the record, we're doing one for $645 to Country View, one for $775 to Brawley Investment, and $1,000 for Centerstone, which would have been the one for Stepping Stones from 2023. But they never picked up. Remember, it was
I
they were in
do.
transition of getting rid of it. So we're gonna disposition those 3 checks.
Do you contact those people to remind them or,
No,
okay, and they obviously don't contact you?
if they contact us, then we only have to wait. The office policy is, we have to wait 30 days for them to receive a check. And if they haven't received it in 30 days, then I can put a stop payment on it and reissue the check. So it has to be 30 days before we put a stop payment on it, because we have to pay money.
Can they be penalized for not paying on time? I mean, we all get bills sometime and 30 days, 0, 60
Well,
days,
this is-
$20, blah, blah,
This
blah.
is us paying them money. This is money, so 2 of them are township assistance checks. So normally, if they don't get a check, they let us know. So I have no idea. I
I just think it's always strange. that
think
they
it's very strange.
Don't cash their check.
I think it's.
You know what, it's not strange, you can lose a check, people's lives are chaotic, they can move, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's possible. I never thought about that.
What's that, Leon?
They probably maybe evicted those clients.
Oh, yeah.
He's the first one that's ever said that to me. It never entered my.
I see that stuff happen all the time.
The Centerstone one,
Yeah.
that one,
That was a grant.
that was the grant and they called us and said they weren't gonna take it. I think I even remember talking about it, but we can't. I guess I could have avoided it. I never thought about that. I could have avoided it. Remember that?
I think it took a while.
For them to tell, I think it took like 6 months.
It took,
I think it took about 6 months. But anyway, so the board, we're just letting you know, we're gonna disposition these checks.
okay. All right, next thing we're moving on to is guideline changes.
Guideline updates for food stamps and our rent benefit level.
And doesn't this come from the feds?
Yeah, so we have to base our rent benefit, we have to base our rent benefit on fair market, on a number. We've always based it on the fair market rent for household size. And that has actually gone down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not much of a change, but. I think I sent you the packet with the fair market.
You
rates
did.
and the changes in the food stamp changes as well. The food stamp went up.
So Brandon, when I read this, I thought. Federal fair market rates,
Mm-hmm,
$1,072, single person.
mm-hmm.
And then it goes on, for two member, is that? 1,210 for two member household, they don't each pay? Of those two people, they don't pay 1,200?
As a collective, the whole household pays $12.10.
But when I saw that first one, I thought, that looks like student housing.
Yeah. So when we only go up to the 3 bedroom, so we do 3 plus anything above that is still the 3 bedroom.
It's,
amount.
okay,
Yeah, they're not gonna get a lot.
all right.
Yeah. And I just have to have you guys sign the signature page. I don't know if there needs to be a motion.
I think they have to accept the change.
Okay, and then,
Okay, food stamps, all right. Got that.
So you just have to make a motion for the guideline changes and they have to sign it, right?
Mhm.
I move that, the guidelines for, February 12th, 2026 be accepted as written.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Boy, I hate that, I don't know how people can eat on this. It's criminal is what it is.
Do we have to go by what?
Yeah, you said 8. Oh. I'm gonna look into
Or if we-
that. But,
Well,
HUD determines those.
Yeah.
it makes sense. I'm just commenting on that.
Sharon and Brandon, I like this.
Getting that information?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
that's
good.
all Brandon.
Yeah, like this, Brandon. This I can really understand.
Yeah, I just printed it off.
Okay,
Yellow.
All right, so we're,
Are the colors staying the same?
I don't know, you guys, I thought I did it, did I not do it right? I don't know the colors.
as long as you have my name by it, that's where I noticed it.
Leon is green,
Uh-huh.
Barb is blue.
No.
Who's the secretary? Are you,
Susan.
then this is correct.
All right.
Then their colors,
And
good
blue's my
job.
favorite color.
Way to go, Brandon.
I mean, I can't change the colors I've
Hey.
had for all these years.
Like I said, if my name's by it, I know where to sign.
There's no name on that though.
Oh. So I will remember my color.
What's your color, Susie?
Huh?
What color are you?
Let me write that down.
Red.
You're
Just like
red.
I use.
okay, moving on. We're at other, so additional appropriation discussion.
Okay, so if you want to pass this over.
There you go.
This is just a brief discussion on what you want to do, what Leon wants to do. It gives him an opportunity to talk about it as well. The 1782 notice is what the Department of Local Government Finance sends to us with our budget approval
From the county,
from the state.
from the
So
state.
this actual notice comes from the state. And in black, so I wrote in purple, so in black, you'll see, so here's our budget approval, we did 100,000 for our rainy day fund. For the general, they said 604, 165, township assistance is 936, 277. So what I did was I wrote above it what you all approved. So you'll see where it says budget, it says 770, 900, 991, 600. So the difference in what they lowered us to, how much money we're losing out of our budget. So township general, we're losing 166,735. And out of township assistance, we're losing 55,323 of income. And that's how much they lowered our budget. And the way they look at it, when we do a budget, they look at 2025, because we're doing 2026 budget. And they're gonna look at it that we're gonna spend everything that we budgeted for. We know we're not going. But they have to look at it that we're spending it. And because of how much we were going to spend in our 2025 budget, and then they look at how much money we have in the bank, how much money we're losing. And then that's what they base the 2026 budget on, and that's why they've lowered it. Because we've been spending down our surplus, we have, for ever since we went with that zero tax.
Right,
I mean, we've lost. Right there is probably that amount of money that we lost. It was probably $150,000, I think, at the time that I figured it, if you remember, that's been a long time ago. But we've been spending down our surplus since then, and so this is where we're at. So we have two options. We can do nothing, which I've talked to Leon about. We can do nothing, I have already lowered the budget because this is what they told us. So we can leave it and with this loss, or we can do an additional appropriation, add whatever additional appropriation amount you want us to do. This is not a decision you have to make today, because we have to advertise the 10 and 3 days, I think, for additional appropriations before we have that meeting. This is a later discussion, but I want you to be thinking about what you want to do. And then you'll have to let me know if you want to go for an additional appropriation.
okay, let me ask a couple of questions.
Sure.
So when you said that you've put down the actual budget, did you subtract stuff from categories?
I did. So I subtracted from the community services. I wish I didn't bring it in this. I subtracted from community services
Right,
because we didn't approve all those groups. So I
Right.
took all of that out, which was a big chunk of money.
right,
And then I had to deduct it from capital outlay, all the categories. I just picked categories, maintenance. I just picked categories and lowered it.
okay, categories made sense.
Categories that made sense.
And then when you talk about an additional appropriation, where would we get that?
We would take it from our surplus. So,
Okay,
shouldn't be.
you
Sorry.
always know
I
what
try
to
to
ask.
anticipate what you might ask. So in the bank at the end of 2025 on your annual report, we have 1,015,492.46. So during the 2026 year, we're gonna get two distributions from the county. We're gonna get our June distribution, our December distribution, which I wish I could get some.
And Sharon, when you say from the county, but it's from the state.
Right, but it comes through the treasurer's office, so I guess.
But
that's
it
what-
is this money.
Sure.
Right now, okay, all right.
Yeah, so where that additional appropriation money comes from is from unappropriated money. So we still had money left in our budget, which I did not bring in.
No, telling us is, that's okay.
We didn't spend our full 2025 budget, so we
Right.
had that money left over. And then with our two distributions and our LIT money, we'll have money put back in. So I haven't had time. I have to look at the numbers and make a guess about how much income we're gonna have. I mean, it's possible that we couldn't even do an additional appropriation for these two full amounts that's been deducted. I'd have to look at the money. But if that's something you think that we're gonna do, if we're wanting to add those community service groups back in, we have to do an additional appropriation. There's no way to pay them, the ones that we cut. There's absolutely no way to pay them. I think the rest of the budget, we could probably get by. We use our rainy day fund to pay for the big projects. So it kind of just gets down to whether we want to add it back in for community service groups. Really.
Mm,
If we get into the point where the surplus, the existing surplus is being reappropriated, like,
Will go away, yeah.
and like, was it like 30% or something like that? Is that the right number? Like on an annual,
I'd have to look, but
cause so it's like use it or lose it. And
well, that's kind of the point that we're getting to, yes. I mean, that's kind of what the state, like the House bills are telling us is, and they've been telling us that for a couple of years. You probably remember that the lady lectured me, you were in the meeting with me, weren't you, the DLGF meeting? And they, they basically said, you're gonna get your budget cut, either you do it or we'll do it.
So that's what I was kind of talking about with the rainy day fund too.
Correct.
So.
But we've done our capital improvement plan to protect our rainy day fund.
Good.
Okay, all
That's,
right.
remember, that was by September.
September.
You signed it, but we did the capital improvement plan of all the things that we're gonna do to
Right,
kind of protect that rainy day. fund, Which is why we do not have to give money to that road fund,
Mhm.
right.
because our money is, but we can't say we're gonna spend it and not spend it. It's kind of, it's kind
They'll
of
catch us on that.
kind of where we're at.
Mhm.
And in the past, we've always said, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. The other side of that is we have other buildings that we maintain, which is what I told the DLGF, that, we have Brent's Place and we have Area 10, and so we can't just not have money.
Yeah.
If the roof blows
Right,
off, we have to
right,
fix it.
Right,
Well, and I would think with Friend's Place being in the state that it's in right now with floods, we're not quite sure what's going to happen.
Right.
That's a big unknown right there.
a big unknown, a big unknown.
So I guess, I don't know, are we gonna set up a meeting like next month to deal with talking about Friend's Place and, cause we're gonna have to bring in,
Yeah,
what's his name?
Chris.
Chris.
Mhm.
And so I don't know, before we leave today, if we wanna schedule a meeting for like March,
Yeah,
and we'll talk about the additional appropriation.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll have to do another guideline change because property guidelines will go up too, so. I'll have to do that again.
Okay,
I mean, do you have any thoughts about what you wanna do with the additional appropriation?
Yeah, I mean, I like. They wanna. I saw the conversations around, cutting those services and how much, we didn't wanna do that.
You watched the meeting, our meeting on the.
And having an understanding of just how much support was cut.
Mhm.
right,
And the more I get to understanding what's gonna happen with that money if we don't use it, I feel like we should do the most good with that money. And if that means in the instance of this year, making that additional appropriation towards that end, I think that's worthwhile, but I think we need to be strategic about other things as well, like the assets that we have, protecting and whatever else we think is worthwhile appropriating. I think I really want to dig in and get a better understanding of just what will happen if we don't, so we can know what that equation is.
okay,
Because if we're standing on some money that we're gonna stand to lose for certain, if we don't do anything with it, we should do something with it. That's
Right.
gonna help and
so here's what I recommend, is let's wait, let's let Leon sink in a little more.
Mhm.
To what's going on, because you haven't been here very long, have you, like a week or something ridiculous?
trying to dig in for about 2
weeks.
About 2
2 weeks.
So,
And I feel bad because I feel like we just like, here's.
Loading from one agency and getting in here.
He's still dealing
Yeah.
with other.
so
Yeah.
let's wait till Leon can lead us on this. What do
Okay.
you think about that?
I agree with that.
So what is our time limit? I mean, we can't wait a year to decide this.
No, we
so-
can't, because it's this year's budget. But
Right,
I mean, I think if going forward, if we think we're gonna do an additional appropriation, what I'll supply you and the board is I'll look at the numbers. I'll look at how much income we're gonna have coming in. And I'll try to figure out how much money we could actually do for an additional appropriation and present that to you at the March meeting. Does that sound okay? And then you can decide, yes, we're gonna do an additional appropriation, or no, we're not, or this is how much.
That's,
So we'll have
yeah.
and by then, he'll have been able to attend several of the House bill meetings, and we'll have maybe a better idea of what they're gonna do. Is that,
Will that give you, do you think that'll
Is that
give you
enough
enough
time?
time?
It should be.
well, we can do it at the end of
this year.
March.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
it'll give me time, I mean, I'll have time to do the numbers, a guesstimate, it'll be a good guesstimate on what our income is gonna be.
Yeah.
And
As long as this legislation falling out from, that was passed, right, those 2 measures. from, what was it, 20?
HB 1315 and
Yeah.
270.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so those things are in effect.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a while. HB 1315, that's a newer one, but it's.
is that the one that affects our local income tax or LIT? Because that's one of the things I have to check, because that's a huge amount
I
of.
can't remember the name of that one.
Well, it used to be COIT, COIT, and now it's LIT, and do you know Leland, whether?
These,
Yeah.
the two on the listing are the merging one and the dissolution into.
Yeah, but this is one that was done last, the
Yeah, that's
LIT
what
was.
fiscal changes, yeah.
Was, and so that's why I've gotta figure out, and that may be, if we were gonna lose quite a bit of that.
Mhm.
And that may be why you see that big negative. So that'll give me time though to do the numbers, and then we can talk about it at the end of March.
I watched that meeting like a few times because I've been in it, and you guys are like trying to
Yeah,
comb over what those changes were.
And we still don't really know.
we still don't know. And then if we are merging, I mean, we're the largest townships,
Mhm.
so people will merge into us.
That's the way, I mean, I don't see us going away.
No.
That's-
No,
I see, like, Richland, not Richland, the Bean Blossom, and, oh yeah, we've got it right
Being
there.
Blossom in Washington. And then maybe Indian Creek
Benton,
down the south.
I don't know how big Benton is.
Benton is small,
Benton is now Benton and Marion together, but
Yeah.
their population is small.
very small, and then Salt Creek and Polk, I could see all of and Clear Creek. So
So
and Indian Creek.
if that happens, I anticipate we might need more space
Yes.
and more staff. Because we would be taking on more responsibility, more people. So then the decision is, can we remodel this building, configure these buildings, which is possible, or
Second location.
for a second location, so.
It might be hard for a lot of.
For
those-
caseworkers.
Yes,
Yeah, because what are they gonna do with the?
I mean, I was talking to Michelle about Benton Township trustee.
Michelle Bright,
Some of her clients, she doesn't have a lot of clients, but they walk and there's no.
yeah.
They walk to her
Accessibility
for-
would be
they walk to
very
her for
important,
assistance.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's something we can't deal with.
No, it
Yeah,
isn't,
yeah.
but I'll
But
get the numbers ready. And Leon's we'll work on that and then we'll set a date before you guys leave, because I've
Right.
still gotta deal with Friend's Place.
there's just, yes,
We
yeah.
have to talk about that, and that'll give Leon time, he needs to be brought up to speed on that, and we haven't had time to even,
Yeah,
you haven't,
I was doing some research on both of those legislation. I have them here. And I was only like lost, but I was still trying to understand the mechanics and the math of it.
yeah, but I mean,
Because it's not really understandable.
it is,
Yeah,
it
That's,
isn't. But that'll give him time to find out what we've been doing and what Brandon's been handling with Friend's Place. And
right,
kind of what we want to do going forward, and hopefully we'll have more information from Forest by then as well.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
So we'll put off the additional, I mean, I knew we weren't doing additional appropriation
Right,
today,
right.
because it has to be advertised. I do have to tell you, it is easier to do than what it used to be, because it's through Gateway. As much as I hate Gateway, it's still easier to do, so we'll get numbers for that. And then that's all I've got on that.
all right, so then the next thing is parking lot renovation, and is that this parking lot?
This is our parking lot. We need a few ramps put in. By the food pantry so that she can get down.
Oh, sure,
And
yeah,
then right by the front door. We're gonna put a ramp in there. So it's easier for people to get. Not the front door, but me and Sharon, sweet B door. Put a ramp in there. And we need bike parking. Our last bike rack got thrown through a window and it's no good anymore. So we were gonna
Do
have
you remember that?
this.
Do you remember that?
I only got one estimate for it so far. Okay, I can get more. Clark
that's for here.
Clark Landscaping did our drainage
Right,
recently. They
right.
did a really good job with that.
They were easy to work with.
Very nice guys.
Now, where would the bike rack go?
We're putting it where those yellow bars are, kind of in front of Sweet Bee, a spot for which I think the minimum we have to have is 6. But there's the loop. bar
Yeah,
type parking, he was suggesting that. And he was also gonna send me a couple other options if there were other options.
Brandon, do you think, since we're talking about a ramp over there, at that entrance, do you think we should be thinking about a railing as well? At this point, since we're doing it?
Yeah.
We did have was it a blind person? Who? It was a, colorblind person
Hmm.
that didn't see the step, remember? Remember we had a
Step
whole,
down.
no, the step up. Well, I mean, either way, he was coming into the office. Remember, we had a whole discussion of painting the step. He was colorblind and it wasn't painted. This is when we had Derek,
Put the stripes in, the blue stripes.
we had him paint the step itself because he didn't see a difference in color. I think it was painted, it was all yellow.
Mm.
And so it was yellow and it goes up.
interesting.
And he didn't see that it was a step up. But that's where a railing would,
I just think since we're doing this, it might be
Yeah.
Good time.
a good thing to be thinking about a railing.
do we have to have a permit? Does this have to go to?
I think he said we don't have that. Well, this is the guy at Clark. I can talk to him some more about it.
Find out.
So that would probably change your estimate too, of course.
And I can get more estimates. I just wanted to let you know that I'm looking at doing this.
What are you looking at now, bottom line?
It's
About
57, 40. Is there a sign out front with Dan's name on it?
Yes,
Okay, who's gonna deal with that?
Brandon.
It's kind of an award sign of.
No, out front.
Out front,
the
Yes,
marquee.
we are.
Yeah.
you are dealing with that.
So we don't know what to do about the award sign because it is like his,
By the front door,
by the front door, it's a great big sign.
but it does have his name on it, Township of the Year award.
Yeah.
Should be left,
Okay, that's what we thought. But you're changing,
just the front with all our names on it.
Yeah.
it's two places. It's out front and you know,
There's a board on one of the eaves.
it
That,
looks awful. though.
that's a really old sign. That needs to be replaced.
Okay, oh, go ahead.
Oh, what about the web page? Has that been dealt with? Changes on that?
Okay. And on the sign, Brandon, my suggestion, we can talk about that, is not to put a new sign up. We're all running for reelection and don't spend the money to put a new sign up with our names on it until we all won our
Actually,
election.
enjoying that, black it out for now.
Yeah,
Well, they're still the board members.
yeah,
So we-
Dan's name.
We just need to take Dan's name
Are
out.
you talking about the one out front?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So are those letters painted on there? I always thought they were changeable.
No, they're not cheap.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
they're like a sticker. I don't think it's very expensive. I don't think it would be very expensive to take Dan's name off and add Leon's. I really don't think it's that
Then
expensive.
do that.
I think
We
they
don't
do like
want a new-
vinyl letters.
Yeah, that's a good point, Barb, because we will be here
Right.
26,
So we won't-
hopefully beyond.
We won't replace the sign up on the E. We'll just have Derek take it down because it's not a good
It's
sign.
wood.
I think it came from when we were at 1404.
Right,
If that tells you how old it is.
yeah, just a little detail.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, Brandon, you're doing a good job here.
Okay, you go
Continue.
should I get more estimates and talk to him about the rear? That's what I'm gonna do.
Talk to him about the rail.
Mhm.
I don't care about more estimates unless it's required.
Well,
So,
you
I don't think
all
it
would
is-
know whether railing actually needs to be used.
It's
The-
a lot of money to have.
The clients that come in,
It's
you know.
25,000, I think.
maybe I have my can, I have a railing at
So
home,
it's
but
kind of up to
I have,
you.
you know,
How many bids you want to do.
we can't, I'm sorry, but we just can't do everything.
This,
A
They
railing
need to
is
take
just-
some of their own responsibility, but if it comes that a railing's needed more, then yeah, but.
Well, the only thing, we just don't want. people
I've
to
seen
fall.
people that
We don't-
need them.
We don't want people to fall, and that's why I remembered the person that was, I mean, I never would have thought about colorblind person. A blind person, yes, but somebody that doesn't see color, that I'd never even thought about that being an incident, and then it happened.
Yeah.
So,
Good incident.
Okay.
But I'm with Barb on, I don't know that another estimate is necessary.
I'll talk to him about the railing.
Yeah.
See if the permit is necessary.
Okay, so now we're down to property update.
Last time. The January meeting, I had a letter from William that I gave everybody. I made you a copy.
Yeah.
Basically, everything is on hold right now. We need to get Chris back in here. Chris needs to meet with Leon and discuss the situation. Forrest hasn't provided me with any updates. I don't think he's talked to William with any updates on funding. So I don't think there's a lot of movement there.
Oh, man.
And William's suggestion is, it doesn't sound like we need to. He's suggesting that we move forward at this time. Chris is, of course, is always positive. He's always very positive and he thinks that we can do this. And I think the buyer is still very interested. But yeah, there's not a lot of movement. We don't know what's going on with the funds.
So who are we waiting for at this point to hear from?
Forrest.
Forrest?
No,
Forrest.
I think he's still waiting on those tax,
Yeah,
credits. Market tax credits, new market tax credits, and then. But
For some reason, I thought that had been decided.
he hasn't told us, and I don't think he's talked to William.
got it. So they haven't started making a redesign yet?
They designed it, and I know they broke ground, but I don't think anything, if the building needs to be changed.
Yes.
That's a reason.
Years, yeah.
I know that, that's been about 2 months ago, we talked about that. I think he was here where they wouldn't do the upstairs or something or other. Maybe less housing or less offices and maybe build on later.
Apartments.
But that, I know things take a while to get things
But
done.
I think there have been changes even since that meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
because of the federal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a board, a statewide board for the United Way, capital project improvements, and so Beacon actually presented, and I believe we had some money set aside for that project. So I say all that to say, I'm gonna talk to that project lead over there, because I know she's in touch with Forrest too, but there's a whole world of development and other folks who sit on that committee who may know someone that Forrest may be able to talk to, just to see if we can do anything to help, in terms of the communication.
It's just so much.
The new market tax credits, it's,
Yeah,
yeah, so.
and it was such an ambitious project.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen projects like it. And I've been able to do it, but this new market tax credit is really complicated too. And if the money's not there, then they would have to, yeah. I'm gonna talk to Rachel and see what I can find out.
And Leon, have you talked to Forrest?
Not yet,
Okay. Well,
that's on the list.
and Forrest is always really positive too, but
Yeah.
different messages are coming out to different
It's a
people.
little different. But
Yeah,
that's the issue.
yeah.
So if we set a date for March.
Oh, yeah, let's
I
do
can
that.
Get Forrest and Chris and William here to discuss that.
Okay, I'll just throw this out. I will not be available the 24th to the 31st of March. So the last,
In March?
yeah,
Where are you going?
I'm going away.
Do you want to go with him?
I'm going away.
To Florida.
No, I'm with Mexico.
Oh, Yucatan or
man.
Yucatan place?
Yucatan, yeah.
Are you gonna bring back a parrot?
No,
Can I go?
yes, Yes.
Well, I've been to where you suggested before and we just loved it, but I haven't been over at Yucatan.
Yeah, we some Thursdays.
Oh,
Tuesdays or Thursdays.
yes. Thank you. That's-
A lot of my February's are taken up.
Sure.
So
I'm unavailable the 16th through the
The
20th.
last 2 weeks of March is out.
Okay, when are you coming back?
I'm coming back the 31st.
Okay, so we're gonna move this to April, to the first week in
I think
April.
that's good, isn't it, Leon?
Yeah, it gives you guys a little more time.
And it'll give him more time to,
I have a doctor's appointment
Yeah.
April 6th.
No, Mark.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
no,
what day, Susie?
April 6th. I have no, I don't have my calendar, whatever that is.
Thursday, the second, will you
Yeah.
be, Jack, will you be lucid then?
Absolutely.
Okay, is that okay for you guys?
Yeah.
April second, it's a Thursday.
The next day is, Good Friday. I mean, so I don't know, make sure nobody's going on vacation, because that's a holiday on Friday.
The early voting starts at next week, but then.
So the second at 11,
Yeah,
April 2nd. Are you guys good with
Did
11?
you say 7 or 2? Well, that's what I put down.
Are you,
second.
do you wanna do earlier? Do you
Doesn't
wanna
matter
do
to me.
10? Do you care?
you guys work. What works with your schedule?
Yeah.
I like 11. I'm awake.
Okay, 11.
Works.
Works for them.
April
Does that
2nd is enough.
11 work for
What is
you?
The second at 11.
I got it. All right,
Good.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you guys for your work.
Yeah, I would just like to thank the entire staff. I mean, this has been so difficult
Stressful.
on everybody.
Yeah.
And you guys are
It's been rough.
the best. Yeah.
It's been.
And welcome, Leah.
Thank you.
nothing.
I'm
Absolutely.
grateful. These guys are.
Leon, welcome to the jungle.
To the jungle.
I'm grateful to be.
Okay, I think that is it unless somebody has another agenda item. Meeting dismissed.
I moved that we adjourn.